Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today, we're discussing one of the few watches that went from new watch to classic watch without ever really assuming a sort of pre-owned limbo status, a watch that was collectible from the moment they stopped its manufacture. This is the brass caliber first generation f.p.journe Chronometre Resonance. 38mm in platinum with brass caliber. You can see and you can purchase this collectible f.p.journe on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with additional accessories included in the sale, high resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this discontinued and highly coveted resonance chronometer. Now you can see on my wrist 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, oval in profile. This watch wears well. 38mm is a now discontinued and widely sought case size for f.p.journe. You can add that as the first of many factors you'll see in this watch that represent discontinued and collector-coveted traits. So 38mm across the round of the case. I find all f.p.journe cases are actually between sizes. I've never measured one bang on its rated size, so this one's actually about 38.5. In terms of thickness, it keeps with f.p.journe's vow of keeping his watches slim in profile within any given class. As a manual wind chronometer, this one is 9mm thick, and with a generously sloped domed bezel, it easily slides underneath any dress cuff. From lug to lug, it's even more compact, 44.3. In my estimation, you could wear this watch securely and with a great appearance of proportion on a wrist as small as 13 centimeters in circumference. Now you'll note the spring bars are curved to trace the arc of the case. It creates a more integrated look with less daylight between case flank and strap, but there's no direct contact between strap and case, so you can pull it straight down around a smaller wrist without encumbrance. You can see, unlike when the watch was originally sold, this one has been upgraded with f.p.journe's modern strap standards, as well as pull tab spring bars. Pull the tabs with thumbnails only. You can remove the straps for closer cleaning, easier winding of the crown at 12 o'clock, or simply to change the shoes. Now, of course, alligator on the top, rectangular scale, monotone stitch, folded edges, but a small scale alligator on the bottom. It's the more durable type of leather. Calf is more supple against the skin than large rectangular scale gator, but small scale gator is also quite supple, and critically, it's more durable than calf for longer wearing durability. Now here's an upgrade that is not taken for granted in any Journe of this vintage. A full clasp in full platinum. Originally delivered, this watch would have featured a pin buckle unless upgraded by choice of the owner. So this is something that is only occasionally seen on f.p.journe watches. It is an option piece, it is a desirable accessory, and in terms of the sheer amount of platinum you're getting, it adds considerably to the mass, heft, and sense of luxury when handling this watch. The case is simple but distinctive. f.p.journe's caseband is narrow and defined by the junction of the bezel lip and the caseback lip with the caseband. The lugs downturn tightly as they exit the case, short-cropped and minimalist, all of high polish. It frames the centerpiece of the watch. The dual display, 2 movements in a single case. This is effectively an 18th century or 19th century resonance clock recreated in wristwatch format. Now, from his earliest pocket watch creations, f.p.journe was intrigued by the idea of resonance, namely 2 pendulums or 2 balances operating in close proximity, the residual energy lost by each working to synchronize the other, such that if one runs fast, the other will slow it down. If one runs slow, the other will speed it up. And the resonance phenomenon governs everything about this watch. From its appearance on the dial, it's not simply a dual time, though the time zones can be set separately, to the architecture of the movement on the back, from its twin power reserves to its twin drivetrains, twin escapements, twin balance cocks, and twin free-sprung balances beating away at 21,600 vibrations per hour. The dial is beautifully rendered. You can see it's the white gold style dial, bezels framing each of the dials, hours, minutes, and seconds, with a geode-shaped pattern on the inside, railroad track old-style reference to pocket watch manufacturer, and of course, the reverse power reserve scale. The power reserve represents the total power reserve of the watch, not for either individual movement. Of course, it moves backwards, so when it's looking at 0, when it's pegged to 0, your watch is fully wound. What that effectively means is it's been 0 hours since you wound the watch. A little bit offbeat, but that's f.p.journe. Now, I should also mention that you wind the watch and set both dials in sync or independently as you please, using the crown at 12 o'clock. The crown at what would conventionally be approximately 4 o'clock is used once the watch has been running for about 10 minutes. The resonance effect will have taken hold, and that's when you pull this crown to synchronize the seconds hand and bring them into lockstep. Turn the watch over. Now you're looking at caliber 1499. So 14 lean, French lean, is the size of the movement. 99 is the year f.p.journe started work on the caliber. Now it's an absolute masterpiece and completely unique. The first ever application of resonance in a wristwatch. It does meet chronometer standards. If you're wondering how f.p.journe can call his watch Chronometre without submitting to the COSC, he charges that he meets the ISO standard for a chronometer, which is an independent international standard called 3159, and the watch not only meets but exceeds that standard. You can see there's a small pinion screw at center that's used in conjunction with a geared slider to move the two cocks subtly closer or farther as the individual requirement demands. Now here's what sets this watch apart. 38mm case, discontinued. Resonance 1, made from 2000 to 2009, discontinued. Resonance 1 with a brass movement, made from 2000 to 2004, discontinued. And you can see, let me find the individual numbering. This watch, and this is a practice that was present right up to about 2005 on Journe watches, is that the year of case manufacture is stamped on the case. So you can see R is the reference for resonance, 04 is the year the case was made. This was one of the last brass movement Journe resonance watches ever created, and because the numbering per model was sequential, you can see this one just short of 400. It gives you a pretty good idea on this last of the line watch how many of these were made from 2000 to approximately 2004. A watch that's beautiful on every level, effectively the signature watch of the modern Abraham Louis Breguet, 38mm, brass movement, resonance 1, the quintessential Journe. You can see it and you can own it on our website.